my channel, guys, and right now I will be sharing my thoughts on the Malayalam theatrical release RORSCHACH, which stars Mamuka in the lead role. I watched this film in the theaters last week, but then the very next day I fell sick, and that's why this review is coming to you 1 week late. So RORSCHACH is a psychological thriller. It is kind of a revenge drama, so I know that it's been quite some time since the release of the film, but I will keep the spoilers at the minimum. The moment we hear the word thriller, the very first thing generally which comes in our mind is that, ooh, fast-paced edge of the seat. This definitely is edge of the seat kind of film, but it is one of those rare slow burns which will require your undivided attention. And believe me, it's not easy to make a slow burn thriller which will keep you hooked from start to finish, but here the makers have managed it. The story revolves around the protagonist, who is called Luke Anthony, which is played by Mamuka. Now, as soon as he enters the frame, you will know as an audience that something is off about this guy. They kind of make it obvious, but you get more and more information about his personality and what he's going through as the movie progresses. But nowhere in the film the writing is going to derail you from his personality. As an audience, you know what this guy is. But what is actually the most interesting part of the writing, or should I say the creme de la creme of the writing of the storyline, are the characters that the protagonist interacts with. They are the real mystery. Initially, when Luke Anthony comes into the place, you know that he has an agenda. You'll figure it out, but it is the behavior of the people surrounding him and the interactions that he has with all of these supporting actors or the supporting characters that just intrigued me the most. Their behavioral change, their secrets, the demons in their closets is what kept me hooked from start to finish. That's where the real twists are. It's like writing of every character, not just the protagonist. Every character is like an onion in this movie. There are just layers and layers to them, and everything gets revealed one by one throughout the course of this film. And this is why it is such a well-written, slow burn thriller. Because every sequence ends with a certain sense of mystery, and you want to know, okay, how are these people going to behave now? And what is Luke going to do about it? The balance and blend of the revenge aspect of the story along with the psychological part has been done really well, and it overall gives this movie a very, very dark feel. The entire tonality is so dark and gloomy, and you're just gonna feel sad. It felt to me as if the people living there have never known what sunlight actually is. Like, that's how beautifully the world building has been done. Coming to the direction, I would say this is a very good take on a psychological thriller, because you're not holding back a lot of information for the climactic end. I like how in the context building, a lot of information keeps getting pushed to the audience. He has shown us the narrative in a pretty linear way, but managed to keep that mystery intact. There was always something interesting happening on the screen that kept my attention, and both the narrative and direction is backed by really good technical team. The cinematography was so good, especially of the house in which Mamuka was living. It's so raw and minimalistic, and in complete contrast of his personality, where you know that yes, he is a wealthy person. And there are certain transitions done in the film from his older house to the newer house. It's just so brilliantly captured. As I told you before, this movie just feels dark. It's dark and gloomy, and just the color grading done for this is phenomenal. The way the lighting hits the atmosphere, the way the houses look, the way they are dressed up, the colors that they have chosen for these actors, all of it is just so well coordinated. Then comes to the editing of this film, and when I checked who the editor was, I was like, no wonder this movie is edited out so well, because it's done by one of my favorite people, Kiran Das. I mean, just pick up any movie that he has edited, and you know, he just knows the pulse and the soul of the movie. I mean, he gets it. He just gets how to pace a film. He knows how to keep that mystery intact. He knows how a scene should be cut. He knows everything. Believe me, till the very last scene of this film, till the very last frame of this movie, you would want to know, how did this happen? What did he do? What would happen next? That is the beauty of the edit of this film. Like, there is a definitive close. You know that things have come full circle and you have a definitive close. But then there's still this lingering mystery that, you know, you're not gonna be able to shake off. Now, the movie is extremely performance driven, and there are so many actors who are part of this film, and everybody did their jobs well. I just want to start by talking about Grace Anthony first. She was incredible. It was a treat to watch her. I have mostly seen her in comedy roles, so that's how I picture her usually, but here it was a complete 180. She was fierce, she was mysterious, she was aggressive, she was powerful. She completely held her own and was stealing the show whenever she was on screen. I also like Jagdish as the police officer Ashraf. Now you're gonna see him in so many frames and you'll be like, huh, he's doing his own thing, and then suddenly he swoops in and completely changes the narrative. One of my favorite performers of this film is that lady Bindu Panikar. She plays the mother. She blew my mind away. I think character arc wise, hers was the best one. I mean, if Don't Judge a Book by its cover had a face, it would be her. And last but not the least, Mammootty, our beloved Mamuka. My god, what to even say about this man? He's at a phase where he has just completely let go and he has told, okay, directors, you guys take over. I am yours. And believe me, it's not easy for a star like him, because one might say that, oh, what's the big deal? All the actors surrender themselves to the director. No, but when you have, reached that status of a legend, then it's really, really not that easy. Because there could be certain insecurities creeping in that, okay, I don't want to, do something very, very offbeat. What will happen to my image? And so many of these things, these can come into your mind. But not with Mamuka. He's like, I love cinema, I love acting, so I am going to do as many experimental roles as I can. Some might work, some might not work, but I'll keep going. And you can just see the effort when you watch this film. For me, he was Luke Antony. I completely forgot he was Mamuka. And this I exactly said in my review of Bhishma Parvam, that I completely forgot that it was Mamuka on screen. For me, he was Michael. And here for me, he was Luke. He brought in that intensity and menace that was required for this character. He has his boss moments in the film, and he also has his vulnerable moments. And I have to say this, the action sequences suit him so much. Like whenever I've seen him do those hand-to-hand combats, they look extremely natural. In addition, all the other actors who were part of the film also did well. In fact, two actors, I don't know their name. One who was Bindu Panikar's husband and Bindu Panikar's son-in-law. These two actors, I really like their acting as well. So yes, in the end, if you like slow burn psychological thrillers, which also has a little bit of horror elements, I think this movie will be a treat for you guys. But if you're a huge fan of the fast-paced thrillers, then I'm not gonna say that it won't work for you. There is a probability that you still might end up enjoying it. So there's a 50-50 chance there. So yes, those were my thoughts on the Malayalam film RORSCHACH. I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. And with that, I will end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this review. And yes, signing off now, and I'll see you soon on my next video. Bye.